Welcome to Locology One-on-One with Miss Prince. At this point, you all are family, so you all can just call me M. If you're still here, this is your third week checking in with me. I'm so proud of you. You are taking the proper steps to have healthy locks. Today, we're going to discuss something that people ask the most about, and that is how to properly moisturize my locks. Not only are we going to talk about products, but we're going to talk about what products is best for you. In order to decide what products are best for you, you have to have an understanding of your hair. This is not a one-size-fits-all. You can't just pick up a product and say, my friend uses this product, I want to try it too. You absolutely can try it, but it may not work for your hair. So what I want you to understand today is, how do I determine what products I should be using? In order to make that determination, you need to have an understanding of whether you have low porosity, medium porosity, or normal porosity, or high porosity. When you wash your locks, are your locks unable to absorb the water? Do you find that the water is literally rolling off of your locks and it takes so much for it to actually be saturated? If that is you, that means that you most likely have low porosity locks. If you find that your hair absorbs the water very quickly, but dries very quickly as well, that means that you have high porosity. If you find that my hair absorbs the water just fine and it still takes a little bit of time to dry out, that means that you just have normal porosity and that you are pretty much in a safe space to play around with different products. If you have low porosity, it is very important that you are using water-based products. You would have to use water-based products because that means that your hair is not properly absorbing products the right way, which will cause your hair to literally create buildup and clog your locks because the product is not actually able to absorb the locks. So you want to use water-based products to help you with that. If you have high porosity, you want to use thicker oils like castor oil that will help actually penetrate the locks. Some people like to use butters and creams, and that's perfectly fine, but with our locks, we have to be very mindful that we're using butters and creams that are going to melt properly and not leave buildup. Whether you have low porosity, high porosity, or medium porosity hair, water is still key. Water is still key. That is literally the most important ingredient when it comes to moisturizing your hair. So whether you're using a light oil like jojoba oil or you're using a heavy oil like castor oil, you still need water before. I'm not saying to saturate your locks. As a natural girly, I completely get it. We have viewed water as almost an enemy. We use water, it poofs our hair up. Right now, I am currently in between a retwist, so I don't want to mess my hair up. But in order to moisturize it, I do need to mist it. You get yourself a mist bottle. You can put simply distilled water in it. You can do distilled water with a little bit of rose water. Some people use distilled water with aloe vera water. Whatever works for you. The main ingredient, the ingredient that should be in it the most is absolutely water. You mist your hair. You do not saturate. I'm talking about a simple mist where your hair is a little bit damp and then you oil your hair. That is the only way. That is the only way to get moisture. You also could do steam treatments. I offer steam treatments for my clients when I condition their hair because I know that it just softens it so much because our hair is thirsty all the time for water. Right now in the winter time, it's a little bit brutal. So in order to help keep my clients' hair more moisturized during their conditioning session, I make sure that I am using a steam treatment. I know that we've covered porosity. We've also covered how to choose what type of oils or products that you use in your hair. But let's also talk about the type of shampoo that you should be using in your hair, the type of shampoo and conditioner. If you have low porosity, you want to use a clarifying shampoo and you want to use a water-based conditioner. If you have high porosity hair, you can use a thicker conditioner as well. So let's go through the things that we have. Mist, oil, and sometimes, especially when you're doing your regular wash and condition, you also can use a steam treatment. Now, something that is so important, aside from using products, how we go to sleep. We should not be sleeping on cotton pillows. If you are sleeping on cotton pillowcases, that's perfectly fine, but you need to have a satin scarf or satin do-rag on, or a satin bonnet. If you have neither of those and you're someone that do not like to wrap your hair, for one, I'm gonna say get over that and really start wrapping your hair. But if you cannot keep up with that, then you need to have a satin pillowcase. Satin helps us maintain the moisture that is in our hair. When we use any type of linen and cotton, it sucks up all of the oil that is in our hair and it creates very dry and brittle locks. Okay, this was a quick lesson. I feel like this was as simple as it can be. We all know now the main ingredient is water. We have a different understanding of what porosity is for our hair and what are we looking for in order to determine what type of porosity that we have. Your homework assignment. I want you guys to drop down in the comments what type of oils are for what specific type of porosity. I already gave you the example that jojoba oil is good for low porosity, and I gave you the example that black castor oil is good for high porosity. Drop in the comments different type of oils and what porosity you think that is best for. At this point, we have truly created a community. I know that you guys are looking in the comments for more information other than what I'm saying, so please make sure that you're doing your research and then drop some comments down. If I agree, if your answer is right, I'll give you a green check and people know that that is the type of oil that they can use for their specific porosity. I really appreciate the community that we are creating. They call this a lock journey for a reason. It is not one size fit all. Every day is not perfect. We are constantly learning. I have been locked coming in May. I've been locked for 22 years and I'm still learning. Not about my locks, but just about locks in general. So I really have been enjoying doing these classes with you guys, and I hope that you're enjoying it just as much as I am. I will see you next week. I'm not sure exactly what lesson I'm doing, but nevertheless, it's going to be a lesson that's going to help you. I'll see y'all next week.